This Saturday, the final in Hungary takes place, the final of A Dal 2019. And that show is always being reviewed by Steef van Gorkum. And he will have his preview for the final now. So Steef, let's kick things off. Who will win in Hungary this year?
I think Joci Pápai will win the show this year and will get a second chance to represent his country at Eurovision. Not that he needs a second chance, of course, because his first attempt in Kiev was already a great success, and he reached the top 10 for Hungary there. But I think that may be one of the reasons why both jury and televoters are now, again this year, a big fan of him and trying to send him back to Eurovision.
What are his main competitors?
I mean, the thing is, in Hungary, you need both jury and televote support to be able to win. And in the end, the very final round is a 100% televote. And I think the main competitors to beat Pápai Joci in a televote are, of course, Kalai Sanders, who also has a history of bringing Hungary great success in Eurovision. He's back this year with a totally different song, a rap song and a band, the Middletons. So he's not performing under the name Kalai Sanders, but it is him. And he's very popular. He could win a televote. He actually won a televote in the semifinals to qualify for the final. There's a metal band. Hungary really likes its alternative songs, its rock songs. We had a metal band for Hungary in Eurovision last year. There's another one taking part this year, Fatal Error. They have a huge televote support. But the problem with these entries is that I think all the entries that have the televote power to beat Joci Pápai, none of them will actually make it to the televote round because the jury will bulldozer them and will clear the way basically for Joci Pápai to win.
And do you think they will do that? The jury will do that on purpose?
Yes, I think that could be a strategic move. The Hungarian national selection has always been known for its politics and its strategics, and the jury does vote strategically. So, and that doesn't mean that they want to have. I mean, there is a 100% televote in the end. So in the end, the televoters have control, but the jury does whatever they can do to sort of sway the televote in a certain direction. Either, as in this case, what I believe will happen by eliminating potential opponents, or by voting for one candidate in such an obvious way that they sort of try to influence the televoters to go in the same direction as they do. And it's always a balance because not always the jury wins. For example, they didn't like By Alex when he won in 2013, but they voted him through as number 4 to the superfinal because he had won all the televote rounds up until then. And he won the televote in the final again as well. So it's always... It's a bit of a battle between televoters and jury every year. And I think this year the jury is gonna bulldozer the final and really take control and say this is a song that we need for this year.
So Joci Pápai won the second semifinal with 45 points in the end. In the first semifinal, we also saw an act who also got 45 points. What do you think about Acoustic Planet? Because that's the act that I'm talking about.
Acoustic Planet is a very good entry, in my opinion. Like it's a nice, gentle song. It's well sung. It's musically sound as well. And I think in Eurovision, it's something that could win over the juries. I'm not sure it would do as well as certain other entries in the televote for Hungary. If it would go to Eurovision, that's what we're talking about right now, because it's a little bit of a calm song. And that same problem goes in the A Dal final as well. They had 45 points in their first semifinal because the jury likes them, because the jury has... I'm not sure they like them as much as Joci Pápai, but they like them a lot. And they will send them through to the final 4. But so far, Acoustic Planet in this A Dal competition has never had to rely on televote because the jury always supported them so much that they would qualify for the next round anyway. And the signs that you could see, the app vote, which is usually a good predictor for the televote in the end, they were not that high for Acoustic Planet, not as high as Joci Pápai anyway. So I think Acoustic Planet will reach the final 4, but they don't stand a chance when it actually comes to televoting.